guys, and welcome to another episode of Shenanigans with me and ReddyB doing the Daily Drive show, the podcast show. Guys, we had some positive feedback and some negative feedback in the previous video that we did. And what we can say, and ReddyB also can say, is that we're not choosing sides for anyone. We are basically, you see, from 0 to 100 and it's 50. We are 50. We are basically on the fence. So don't take offense.
No, not on the fence. We dead set in the middle.
In the middle, yeah.
We like dead set in the middle. So we can see both sides of the spectrum. That's basically it.
Yeah, basically we're neutral. So at the end of the day, is don't think we are taking sides of any related issue or query that it is, because at the end of the day is that we have to work together to achieve a better goal and a better vision. Because if you're all gonna be a plain and simple word hardiger, it's just gonna basically amplify to much more anger.
Exactly. But that's what we said already. I mean, as beter nou nog niet understand, then I don't know. Because we've been talking about this all the damn time. Is where we're saying that it's no use that you are going to be fighting fire with fire, which is what we spoke about before the show, before we actually started filming. There's no use that we're going to start fighting fire with fire, because then you're just going to get a bigger fire. It's like trying to extinguish a fire with petrol or with oil.
Exactly.
Hallo, het gaat ons nou nie weer.
Yeah, two wrongs can't make a right, guys. And that's exactly what happened in this week in Muscle Bay. I don't know if you guys all knew or know, is that some of the taxis were basically, how can I say, hulle was 'n bietjie oor hulle hande geslaan. We can put it plain in simple Afrikaans. So they were said, guys, but you can't do this, your permits must be right, and all your documents must be in order. And let me almost say this now in the beginning, I'm not like jumping on anyone's feet, or I'm not targeting anyone in this video. It's just to say, you can't be wrong and expect to be right. You can't block public roads. You can't drive in the opposite lane, put people's lives in jeopardy.
I mean,
and then at the end of the day, you want to throw your toys out of the cot. You want to protest. You want to block the roads off on a national road on the N2. You want to block Checkers' roads. I mean, really, guys, we are grown-ups.
Well, obviously it wasn't start speed. Let's be honest. It was start speed, but it was a taxi.
Yeah, it's a taxi.
But it could be.
At the end of the day, because some of the guys were really asking, but say the stance guys do. I said, people are so brief. This is
don't even think about it.
This is not the way to go forward. Because
not the best idea.
Guys, there was also a 7.5. I know your heart was aching when you heard that.
Terrible.
You're gonna put a photo up of that. It was also
of the 7.5 or of Big Right?
of the 7.5 that was damaged. And like I said to one of the guys, I sent a voice note to. I told him, like, just think if it was your brother, your sister, your father, your mother that worked for law enforcement, how would you feel? And how would you feel?
It's a 7.5.
Yeah, and
I just want to get that out of the way. Okay, it's a 7.5.
How would you feel? Because I mean, really, if it was your brother, how would you feel? Like, oh, he wasn't. I mean, a sister. Yeah, like, how would you feel? Because I would say, I mean, I just think it's ridiculous that the people do the things they do to achieve something, but doesn't want to follow the right procedures.
Yeah, and also to judge the people that were not in the wrong when something bad happens to them.
Exactly.
So now, this people of the 7.5, they weren't actually in the wrong.
Yeah.
But now they are kind of like being judged, you know.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you have to. You can't also have an opinion about something if you don't know the background story. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And this is what I spoke about on my show on Thursday, which was 2 days ago. Yeah. On Thursday, I said that if you are going to speak about someone else, right, or you're going to have an opinion about something that had happened, I almost wanted to say a swear word now, but no, I won't believe tonight. You better have the factual information to back it up.
Yeah.
Because you are potentially ruining people's lives. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Do you want to pick up the phone? The same thing happened on my show. The same thing happened on my... But this is... While he's picking up the phone, I'm just gonna... this is what we are saying is... We don't want people to do anything that is going to cause them harm. Because at the end of the day, people are going to come back to you and say, but you're the one that said, you were the one that was judgmental. You don't know what happened to those people. You don't understand the background story, so you can't generalize and just follow other people's bad examples. Okay, because that's what's happening. People are following other people's bad examples. So, yeah, don't do that, guys. Don't do that. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Wie heb jij niet maar wat show?
I don't know who that is.
That was so funny. The same thing happened to me. Thank you that it happened to you because I wasn't ready to be the only one. But
I just think at the end of the day is that just practice what you preach and just stop thinking about good for them, because why? At the end of the day, if we're right, we're right. If we're not right, we're not right. And like I told you in the week, is that let's set ourselves like the road X of what you need to do, or what you don't need to do. Let's all study that laws.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, if a officer pulls you over, then you know your act, you know your rights, you know what you must do, what you're not supposed to do. You know everything that you have to do.
And if you don't know it, shut the hell up. Don't say anything. If you don't know the damn act, you don't know the damn act. Klaar. Okay, don't try and be smart and be like, yeah, I heard from a friend that said.
Yeah.
That is the dumbest thing you could ever do, because if you heard from a friend, it's probably wrong. First.
And you're just gonna make the situation worse.
Exactly. So don't read it.
Because the end of the day is normally, like I said always, is like your action is gonna determine the reaction of that officer. And sometimes what happens is that you keeping yourself harder, so you're just making the situation worse. If I could just say, although you know you're not wrong or whatever so be, just say, I'm wrong.
But then again, also at the same time, I also just want to say this, and I have personal experience about this, that's why I'm speaking on this. Sometimes we are nice, and the officer is just
you do get it as
obstropolous.
well. You do get it as well.
The officer is just terrible. Like from the minute he comes to your window, okay, he already has this preconceived idea in his mind. He's made up his mind what he's gonna do. Yeah. He's made up his mind what he's gonna say to you. He already got the book in his hand. He's ready. Okay. So there's some officers, and this is like the minority. Okay, this is not the majority. It's really the minority.
Yeah, it's like a 10%.
It's like not even a 10%, man. It's like maybe like a 5% or like a 2 or 3% of officers that are just, they have a chip on their shoulder, and they believe that yes, they are sort of a catalyst through which the law is applied, but that is exactly what you are. You are a catalyst. You're not the law. Do you get what I'm saying? So you have to also, because all jobs have a people component to it, right? Where we have to interact with people and we have to sort of like speak to people and understand what's the situation. Jy kan nie hakom met jou attitude and expect this person mustn't retaliate.
But at the end of the day, if any law enforcement or any person comes up to you and you know his name, surname, you can always go and report him.
But now they give you false names also.
No, but the thing is, if your name stands on
your... Sometimes they don't wear that stuff.
But that's something that we have to look into then at the end of the day is that, but I'll ask, I know you're watching, I'm not going to mention your name, but I'll ask you the situation, like this situation. I'll ask the person, what do you do in a situation like that?
I think perhaps, and this is just a thought that I'm having, whoever's watching that, perhaps you must take the number on the car, because there's a number on the car. And there's obviously a registration number on the car. So maybe just take the car number, the time, the date, because I'm sure that at some point there's a logbook of what car you book out and stuff, so they can track it to a specific officer. But like, I just want to disclaim this. It's literally the minority. It's not the majority. The majority of officers are really genuine about the work that they do.
You get that one or two front apples that always...
Yes, they're genuine about the work that they do and they take it seriously. So they are gonna treat you well. They are gonna be nice to you. They are gonna ask you the appropriate questions. They are gonna do the inspections that they are, supposed to do according to the law and all of these things. But I mean, throughout that process, they're gonna probably be nice to you. They're probably not gonna be obstreperous or to have any kind of attitude with you. But there is that very small percentage,
2 or 3%.
Yeah, that they don't even get up. They don't even do the inspection. They're just like, I can see. I don't want to hear anything. That. And if you ask them a question, then they still want to. You know what I mean? I don't appreciate that. That is the thing. Because when that happened to me, I literally said it was a lady. It was a lady. Nothing against ladies being traffic service officers, but it was a lady, and I didn't expect her to be the way that she was. But she was very aggressive, and I just said to her, "Look, you are going to do what you're going to do. So I'm not going to stop you, but I do want to tell you that your attitude is absolutely ridiculous. I don't appreciate it at all. So do what you need to do, but just know that I did not appreciate the way that you spoke to me, because it's like I'm nothing. So just go and rectify." And then she went on with the business. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are just like.
Yeah, you get some of the people. It's always some of the people. I think in any workplace you get that 1 or 2% that doesn't care and just basically do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And they are basically just there to receive their paycheck, not to do the extra, not to go the extra mile, not to be friendly.
Yeah.
But for those who do their job, big ups.
Yeah, big ups to them. I mean, it's a dangerous job, eh? Like, it really.
We just saw in the week
it's a dangerous
what
job, guys.
can
Like
happen.
These people literally go out and they risk their lives. Okay, they risk their lives to basically protect all of us.
Exactly.
That are on the road, that are driving, because they try to keep our roads safe. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Then you get some hooligans that just do whatever they wanna and just don't care and just think they are above the law.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, I think we must really come to a place where we can see like what's wrong is wrong, what's right is right. And at the end of the day, if you see someone doing something wrong, go tell the person, although you're not any law enforcement or anything, tell him you are wrong. Stop what you are doing, you are wrong.
Spinners and drivers. I just want to put that out there.
And it's ridiculous. Even like I said earlier, taxi drivers, they don't care.
But I'm so happy. This is the thing. I'm so happy that there's finally action. Like, I can see tangible action being taken against taxi
over
drivers.
25 7.5s in Mossel Bay.
It's crazy. Personally, my heart was like, I love, guys, I'm in love with Simpura. I'm sorry, but I am in love with Simpura. But that's besides the point. Taxi drivers, and look, I'm from Cape Town, so I understand this better than anyone who's not from Cape Town. They do exactly what they want to.
The opposite.
They don't care if they're driving on a barrier. They don't care if they are driving in an oncoming lane in traffic. They don't care if they are. They don't care what they do. If they stop on the N2 to pick up someone. I mean, just think about this. This is a national highway with a speed limit of 120. You're gonna stop on the N2, not even on the barrier, on the N2, man. That's ridiculous. So taxi drivers, I think it's time that they realize that they are not above the law.
Yeah.
Even though they behave like they are above the law. But I'm so thankful that they're finally getting these people, because also that's one of the comments that us as stars, I'm gonna say us because I'm just gonna include myself in this whole thing, have always made is that you want to target us, but you don't want to go and look at the taxis that are unroadworthy and that are filling themselves up to the brim and that are driving like hooligans and all stuff. But finally that's happening, so I'm happy to see
the tides are turning.
Yeah, I'm
tides are really turning.
So yeah, but I mean also for us as stances, I think we are still at the point where we maybe don't completely understand what is happening.
Yeah. And like you said in your show in a week is that, guys, a very important thing is if you let someone or anyone, any business do something on your car, rather go speak to that owner. I think it's very important, guys, because at the end of the day, it doesn't help anyone to go badmouth that person, because the only thing that you are doing is spreading a rumor and basically badmouthing the person, whereby the person was still willing to help you and fix his mistake. But now you're saying, courtesy or pity. Didn't work properly on my car. Look how my car looks how my wiring looks. Look how this looks. But instead of complaining in the social media, go and address the problem with the person.
Exactly.
And if the person don't want to fix their problem, then you take it further. Go the legal route. At the end of the day,
It's not even necessary for legal.
Yeah, but at the end of the day is we all work hard for our money.
Yeah.
Money doesn't fall out of trees. So at the end of the day, if the person is like telling you, no, I'm not gonna do anything, then take him on and tell him, look here, but I didn't receive this money. This money didn't fall from the sky. And I said thank you. I worked hard for my money.
Yeah. But there's a complaint resolution. I believe every business has this in place. A complaint resolution sort of roadmap.
Yeah.
That's there. So if your complaint is not resolved by the company or by the complaints department of the company, depending on how big the company is, your next step would be the ombudsman of that specific industry. Do you know what I mean? If the ombudsman doesn't get anything right from the company, your next step would be something else. There's always a next step and a next step.
Yeah.
So follow, because you can't also go and do stuff that is out of the box basically of complaint resolution and then expect an amicable solution to it or resolution. There is not going to be amicable resolution because jy no client dan proportion.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If the minute you go and badmouth the company on social media, you've caused damage to that company.
And that person is not going to be willing to work with you.
Exactly. They're
They're going
going to now be more reluctant to work with you. So follow the correct channels.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like try to resolve the thing first through the channels. If it doesn't work through the channels, in some cases I believe that it's appropriate to post on social media, but then it goes down to the how.
But know the facts as well.
And know the facts. You know, the how. How am I posting this?
And at the end of the day, if you have the proof here to say this is my proof, then by any means do what you want. Because at the end of the day, if you have the facts of the matter, then by any means you can do it. But at the end of the day, don't put stuff out there if you don't have the facts right.
Yeah.
And that, like 90% of the times happens.
By the way, fact, you need to subscribe to this channel. You need to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Because we need subscribers, guys. Like, we need subscribers, we don't just need viewers. But please go and click on the subscribe button so that we can, you know, it's just over there. It's a red button. Just click on it.
And also, guys, do comment below.
Yes.
Your comments, we will be putting them up and answering your questions truthfully. In the way matter that we will be doing it. Guys, this show will also be on every Sundays. I think 3 times in a month we said we were going to do it, or 4 times. But it will be up every Sunday. The show will be aired. So in the week there will be your showcase video, and on Sundays it will be.
By the way, Mark 7.
Yeah, and on Sundays it will be your show with me and ReddyB.
Yeah, our little talk show. This is like a talk show because we like literally. We've changed it up because there was one person that said in my DMs, why were you people in a car? You were having like a talk show, why were you in a car? And then I was like, because it's
we're mixing it
cars.
up.
It's, you know, we are talking about predominantly cars. So I believe that it was appropriate for us to be in a car. If you believe that it's not appropriate for us to be inside of a car and you'd rather want to sit like this on a chair and like in a studio type vibe, comment that below. Tell us about it because we want to know, you know? We want to know what you think. So, But also at the same time, when you do comment, please just be cordial. Can we just be cordial about our comments? Don't be using words that are people. I don't even know. Like, I don't know what to say about it. Because the thing is, like,
I understand. Some people
it's a view of that person that comments. You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, I think we all have our own opinions, and we all have what we think is right, or we all have what we think is the right way. So I think ReddyB.
Would you want to allow the people to like just go boss?
But in an orderly manner.
Because I mean, like, some of the stuff, guys, it's a bit hectic got down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show with me and ReddyB tonight.
Yes.
Are you gonna do the outro or are you gonna keep it?
I think we must find our own outro. I think we must sit down and find out.
I think we're gonna have something for you probably next week, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, be safe out there.
Also, another thing before you be safe out there.
Yeah.
Situation. If y'all see us in public, don't be like, oh my god, it's him. Don't do that, guys. I've said this on my show one night because it's creepy. When people come up to you and they're like, oh my god, is it you? Don't do that. Just be like, hi. Greet us as normal. Because we're people. We normal people.
Yeah.
Just greet us, we'll greet you back. And we'll have a conversation if you want to have a conversation. Simple as that. But don't be people are like
staring at you.
I'm like, what's I don't know the person. You know what I mean? Like, you feel awkward.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I'm not from Mossel Bay, so it's super awkward for me if people look at me, they be like, you know, like, you don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you can do your outros at your
Yeah, so guys, be safe out there. Be well and enjoy your week. Peace out.
Peace.